Hello everybody, Reggie Time here, and today we are playing some short deck, 25 and 25-cent anti-short deck on GG Poker. The last video we played 50, and I was just playing too high. This game plays massive. The swings are similar to playing 200 when you're playing 50 anti-short deck. We had quite a bit of variance going both ways. Ended up over like maybe close to 3,000 hands, losing like really small, something like ridiculous. I think I lost maybe $60 or $70, but got like 13 rate back or something like that. So, like really small, nothing for the size of the game, the way this game plays, it's like nothing. But the swings were like pretty fucking violent. They were like a $400 upswing. They made like a $500 downswing, then a $300 upswing, and and it was really swinging. I wasn't playing too well, and I didn't. I'll be honest. I just didn't enjoy the swings in terms of actually how much fucking money it was. Um, am I theoretically rolled to play games that have swings of 200? Life roll, yes. Poker bankroll, no, not a fucking chance. Not even close. So yeah, we stepped down a level and we're going to try and do it properly. We're going to try and play a lot of volume, and we'll get back to this in a moment because we have flopped the nuts here, and we're not going to be slow playing it. So yeah, we're going to try and do it a bit more properly. I mean, even this, like playing 25-cent ante, is similar to playing 100 in terms of like the swings and how big the game plays, etc. So yeah, we've wound our necks in a little bit. We've taken away some of the slightly degen attitude that I was having. I'm just going to try and like get good at this game, play this game a lot, get used to how the games play. Because I think I'd done some work, looking at some like pretty decent trading content that someone was kind enough to share with me that wasn't cheap. And I think that training content teaches you to play a way that maybe isn't necessarily suited to like really fishy games. And I've also been watching quite a lot of the Triton stuff, the short deck Triton stuff that's been going on, and that's been really interesting. Been some good players coming into the commentary box and giving some good commentary, and also like seeing um, just how really good players. Albeit it's tournament, so it doesn't always play too deep. But you're seeing how really how the best in the world approach these games, and they're doing things pretty different to what I was doing. Seem to be a lot more passive pre-flop, way more passive than I was being. They're just not that quick to get it in pre. They're just way more like prone to see flops and then like assess where they think they are equity wise before they make some either pretty big fucking folds or some pretty big value bets, pretty big plus, etc. I was just like I was coming at the game a bit wrong. I was like too gambly. So yeah, we've reassessed our situation. Hopefully, we're going to be coming into this with a good positive attitude and trying to like build a proper bankroll for it. I haven't deposited very much on GG as we talked about last week. I theoretically underrolled for these games right now, but I'm not underrolled in terms of like my overall poker bankroll. Um, so yeah, fingers crossed. We can get off to a nice start. We can spin the roll a little bit, but then not move up. Just I'd like to have. If I'm going to be playing these games like all the time, around $1,000 to just have that as like my baseline bankroll for these games because like 10 buying downswings are just like incredibly common, but also fucking 10, 20, 30 buying upswings are also incredibly common too. So we're trying to spin this. It's not a challenge series because who knows? This time next week I might be totally pissed off and not be interested in playing this fucking game anymore. But we are going to like a little small challenge just to me, not for the channel, is to try and grow this bankroll from a very small base and then just become a regular in these games and hopefully over the course of like a month or a year, um, make a passive income from them. That's the plan, and we'll see what happens. So 2 all-ins here. We have the ace queen. Make a type 4 for the time. I don't know anything about this player. King, queen, and ace jack. So we would have been in pretty fucking fine shape. So we'll put a note on this guy that he like rebangs king queen for 40 empties. That's what I need to get much better at. I didn't do any of this when I was playing last week. And like knowing or having an idea of how people are constructing their range is going to be really important. If I want to become a regular in these games, then I have to get to know the pool better, and I have to get much better at note taking than I was last week. So I just didn't take any notes. Apart from the only notes I took were ones like this, spiteful notes, like didn't run it twice. So just so I can spite them in return. If they get in a situation where I'm a big favourite, then I won't run it twice against them. They're just spiteful notes, so not much fucking use. Easy call here with the Jack 10, closing the action. Think we want to bet our hand here against this guy. Can't see how he has a better hand very often. I mean, obviously, if we bet and he raises, then he probably just will have a better hand. But we're not going to be able to afford once we make this bet. He does have a better hand. He has 2 queens. Surprised he just called the 2 queens with him being all in, given that last time he rebanged the king queen. Now he just calls the queens. But we got there anyway, so go us. No slow playing here in this game with our full house, which is going to lead straight out. Straight draws can call. Worst jack X can call. Flush draws can call. There's no reason to slow play there. What we're also not going to do this time around is we're not going to do any of that cashing out nonsense. And we're also not going to take chips off the table. We're just going to stay at the tables, and if we build big stacks, we build big stacks. I was doing that taking money off the table and cashing out because basically I just knew I was playing too high for myself. And when you're doing those things, it's basically saying, "Hey, look at me, I'm scared money," and I probably was. So we're not going to do any of that. We're just going to be hopefully building fat stacks, and we'll run it twice and run it 3 times, etc. Don't mind doing all of those things. I think we'll always offer to, when we're favourite, we'll always offer to run it twice. And if somebody wants to run it twice, we'll always do it. We'll just try and be a good reg in that respect. Of like, we'll offer our opponents, if it's on us, we'll offer our opponents the opportunity to run it twice. We won't care if they do or they don't. And if they ask to run it twice, then we'll just do that. King Jack suited here. Going to be a bit wary of this limp from this guy who looks like he might be a reg. Just going to check back with the King Jack of diamonds. Leads out now into many players. I think we're going to call just maybe one time. I mean, I don't want to call here, to be honest. I mean, what turns do we really want to see? See a jack, then many straights get there. He has limped under the gun. We're going to be really nitty and just make a fold there. Because there just wasn't many good turn cards. He's led into 3 people, and there wasn't. I couldn't think of a turn card that I wanted to see. So yeah, we're just going to make a tight fold there and move along. Safe by now to tag this guy in the green category. We have absolutely nothing here. But we're not going to try and bite this pot. Probably could have. Probably could have won it on the man. Maybe not. This guy would have had a pair and a good shot on the turn. Probably wouldn't be folding it. Overlimp the king 10 suited on table 2. Get isolated by somebody who thinks maybe 46-35, raising way too often. Now this is where last week I'd just be like, whoosh, you're raising too often, mate. Let's just see them all. We're not going to do that here. We are going to flop a pair and a gut shot. Do you think it's going to be enough to go with it against this guy if he C bets and everyone else folds? I think we're going to go with our pair and gut shot against him in particular. If someone else comes in the pot, we're probably just going to fold. He does come in the pot. So again, we haven't got any nut draws here. Again, I'm just going to make a pretty tight fold. I've seen the guys on Triton making some absurdly tight folds, so I'm good enough for them. It's looking good enough for me. And we were up against the nuts and a slightly better draw. Here we had a limp, and then we've had an all-in and a call, so he's going to let the ace-10 go. Ace-jack under the gun is going to be a limp. Flop ourselves top pair and a gut shot, and we have like the strongest range here because we limped under the gun. We're going to start by betting immediately. And we win immediately, it seems. It's king suited here. It's going to be a hand we're going to be willing to wager many, many chips with if required. So this guy's playing 72-23. He's open raising a lot. I think we can just shove here with this. It's a really strong hand in this game. It's going to perform well against everything except pocket aces. It's not even a disaster against them. You would have flopped a flush draw, but pretty little else. This guy has tried to, we've limped his ISO'd. And this guy, I'm very familiar with him. Last week he was playing 15, like really quite nitty. I mean, there's nothing we do here. We just go all in, but not loving it against this particular player. Same hand. Chop it up. Get on with it, flipper. And he was always going to be really strong there. But as I said, if he's got 2 kings, we're not that far behind. And we have a reasonable chance to suck out on 2 kings. If he's got 2 aces, then let's just make a straight, please, dealer. And anything else would like pretty much flipping against. And if he ever has any fault, which I very much doubt he does when he ISOs 10x over under the gun limp, then we're printing, but very unlikely he has any faults. Over limping the Jack 10 off here. Jack 10 suited, I will contemplate isolating. Middle pair, I'm not going to be getting too excited about it. This guy's bet, we're just going to fold our middle pair with 2 people to go behind us. So I don't think that's necessarily a particularly good play. Just like going all in there. And that was something I was doing last week. And I think there's better ways to play the game than just going all in over one limb, like going all in to try and pick up like the 7 antis that are in there. I think it seems way more of a tournament play than it does a cash game play. Bet if it checks to us here. Doesn't he bet? I think we're going to call one. See what develops. And neither of these guys should have much 7x. Not saying they don't have any, but they don't have much. In fact, none of us really do. He's bet again. He's bet pretty big. We're just going to fold our hand. He can have better hands than us. He can have aces, kings, queens, ace, queen, etc. Lots and lots of better hands he can have. If he's bluffing with a 10-9, then good for him. This guy just limped and then checked. We've got virtually nothing. But we're going to bet our hand. See if we can take it down, and we do. You're supposed to limp a lot here in this position, but the king 6 off is just such rubbish. And I think that green tag can definitely be confirmed on this guy. Queen jack just get in there and 3/4 him in a run it twice pot. Ace king. Do we ISO here or do we just overlimp? I think we ISO with a hand as strong as ace king and just go with it if anyone shoves. Won't be thrilled if he limp shoves. Playing just 26% of hands over a small sample. We flop atrociously, but neither of these guys should have much of this. But they can have pairs that they just won't fold, so we're not going to bet. Turning trips over on table 2. 10-9 and Jack-Jack. We were in rough shape with that ace king. Bet and a call. We have trips. Do we just call here or do we raise? I think we've always got this guy beat. So I'm not overly worried about him. He doesn't raise. I don't think he has trips very often. I think we have to call this guy. He's just too wild. We might lose, but we have to call him. And he had nothing. Happy days. Well, he had a pair of 6s on the river. We have an open ender here, but there's boards paired, and we have a gut shot here that we're going to have a little bet with. Turn the straight over here. So we're going to bet our hand. Hope not to get raised, because that would stink. And we take it down again. Things are going relatively smoothly. to bother too much of these offsuit. That was a 10-9 suited. We would limp it, but we're not going to be limping. I mean, flushes aren't super important in this game. They're really hard to make, so like we don't need to be suited as often. But I think the 10-9 off probably too wide there. Some people might disagree, of course. Ace king, we're going to limp if it. We'd open that if we were in the cutoff, but I think we're going to limp everything. We're just going to limp range from this position. Flop ourselves a pair. It's going to bet pretty big. I want to see a brick on this turn. Not worried about him having an 8. This guy could have an 8. Slow down. So the 9-6 straight gets there. We have a block here, I think. We just have a block, fold to a raise, because just no one's going to be bluffing in this spot. And we take it down. Lovely. So we have a pretty weak double gut shot here. We're just going to check. We do make our straight. Just going to call. No value in raising. Folding if this guy raises. I expect to chop or lose here most of the time against this guy. And we do chop. His king's going to be a limp raise against this fellow. Well, limp raise against anybody. Or limp call if somebody goes all in. Flopping 2 pairs. He shouldn't have much of this on the button given he didn't raise. And he enjoys raising before the flop. I'm going to limp fold the ace jack versus the 12x ISO. Ace 7 suited. Now I believe this is the hand some players use to bluff pre-flop. Don't know why, don't understand the theory of it. But I think I heard Jason Kuhn talking about it on Triton this week. It's like one of the hands that's could go to bluff hand pre. Against this fellow, the ace 10 on the button. We're not happy that this guy limped under the gun. He could have been doing some limp shoving. But against this fellow, we just want to try and get in the mix. This guy shoves, we just have to fold. He does. Not too surprised by that. We're just going to fold now because our equity is garbage, you would imagine. Queens and queen 10. This guy's going to be upgraded to blue, I think. Go on, put a jack down for the whale. Put a jack down for the whale. Jack, 7. That's not good. That is not good for him. I'm going to bet here with our top pair. Backdoor flush draw. And called by the player on the button. Turn trips. Think we continue betting. It's a limp pot, so if he does have a better hand, it's going to just be something like ace. And the ace 10 probably raises the flop. I think we just go with our hand here. If he shoves, I won't love it, but I think we probably just have to go with it. He doesn't though, so that's good for us. Down here we have a pair and a very obvious gut shot, and our blue tag friends just going for it again, and we're going to get right out of the way. Need to overlimp this hand, but already concerned we're going to get squeezed by this fella. We don't, but we don't flop particularly well either. Here we have trip aces, which is pretty nice. Start with the bet. And we can tag this guy as like someone who's trying to play properly by now. No one's going to get a red tag because I don't think anyone's really that good. Right, okay, so what do we do here with our trip aces against someone who's just gone all in? Given how tight he's playing, we're just going to muck our hand here. We're beat by ace jack, ace queen, all those might overlimp. There's just no bluff seed we can have really on this board. King jack offsuit. No, thank you. This guy's also playing pretty tight. I think this guy's going to get the orange tag too. This is not for at the table. It's just going to help me with game selecting going forward. And this guy's definitely some kind of reg as well, even though he's not playing a full stack. He's, again, just pretty tight. You can attack the tight players orange. This table's not as aggressive as this one, so we're going to try and overlimp the ace, the king jack. Flop two pairs. Top two pair as well. Probably going to need to go with this hand. Don't love it, of course, but we'll probably need to go with it if we get raised. Yeah, of course we're behind the straights, but we can suck out on them. Don't need to suck out on anybody. Just taking the pot. And our friend here appears to have gone broke, unfortunately. And if that's the case, then we're going to be leaving this table because orange and yellow tags are not what we're playing this game to compete with. But he doesn't, he reloads, so we'll stay while he's around. While he's here, we're here. Some action over on this table. So let's see if this plays as tight as we think he is. I don't think this is the size he should be using on this river because he shouldn't be betting anything worse than a full house. It's like betting 11 blinds here doesn't make sense, either as a value or as a bluff. Just no reason to use his size. But he did bet 1/3 pot with a full house, so that's interesting to know that he Use that size. Do I want to try and set mine against this guy? No, small pairs of shit in this game. Maybe that's a mistake, but if it is, it's a small one. We would have flopped a set. Bet 1/3. Oops. Pot. He's going to isolate, you would imagine. He does. We're not going to fold. And we are going to check shove this flop with our open ender. And just run it. Guy does not want to run it twice. And we get there. Not going to put the spiteful note on him. There's really no reason to put those notes on other than pure, unmitigated spite. We just reload again. We have a straight flush draw here. There's no way we're going to pay against this dude. It's not going to be a thing. No idea why this guy's not reloading when he's... I mean, maybe he just hasn't got any money, but he got position on this dude. You want to be playing as deep as possible. I has to reload to 70. Oh, very strange. Very strange. Who knows? Who knows what's going on in his mind? But I wouldn't be sitting with... Well, I'd be sitting with as much as I could in position against this guy. Has he got it this time? Of course he hasn't fucking got it, has he? Oh, yeah, he has. Ignore me. They both had it. Neither of them had the nuts, but they both had it. Again, while we've got this guy at the table, we're just going to curtail our limping. Wind our necks in a little bit. The guy is playing 72/30, which is crazy. Much rather have this seat, but never mind. This guy's just open ripping under the gun. Doesn't feel like it's a particularly good play. I think you could maybe do that against this guy. You know, and get some light calls, but this table doesn't seem like it's a sort of table that people are in a rush to put 100 antis in pre. This guy's isolated again. Not surprised by that. We've completely missed, and sadly, we're just going to have to let him take the pot. Really bad hand here, but we were getting 7-1. Seven to 1 to flop, nothing. Well, apart from some backdoors. All of which brick now. We now have no draw whatsoever. Defending our button against Wid. Do flop a gut shot. He bets half pot. We're going to have to call that. Try and set mine here with the 10. This guy is 3x under the gun, which isn't a thing, but good for him. I don't think we have the best hand here. I don't think we have much chance of making anybody fold either, though. And if we bet and get raised, it'll stink when we got a good shot. So we're just going to check and cross our fingers for a jack. Oh, there we are. The jack slides in. So we're either going to win half this pot or all of this pot. Just bet to 11 big blinds. He just had a straight. Do we call and hope this guy overcalls and we win a little bit extra from him? Because this guy's just got a straight. We all know that. And we're just going to like bump our rake up. We're just going to go all in. He's going to call. We're going to pay a bit more rake. And this guy then folds everything, but he might call with, a weaker hand. Again, we flop a good shot. We're not closing the action this time, though, so we're not going to call if he bets. Over here, we flop another good shot. We don't have much of this ball when we limp early position. We're going to check. Hope this checks through. Oh, B mad lets us see a free one. No, he doesn't. We are out of here. We're going to call this one, though, half pot for a good shot. Why not? Nope, that's no good. King Jack and Jack 10. That seems very ambitious from this fellow. We've got this guy tagged yellow, but I mean, sorry, dude, you're just going to have to go green. You just need to go into the land of green. You're a tight fish, aren't you? Delighted to see this guy get all the chips, so might not be too delighted in a moment when we limp our ace king and he isolates us. B-man shoving here would be nice. I'd be a fan of that. Oh, what's that all about? Now we could be in some fun spots. This guy's now got 200 antes. We could be in some fun spots with this fellow in there before the end of the video. Just seems to love opening from the cutoff to big sizes of a shit stack. Things scrolling just out of sight. You've been playing for more than an hour. If you need help, please contact our support. Fucking gambling regulations. Fucking nanny state. What a fucking nanny state we live in. Anyway, forget that. Ace king. We are going to isolate after this guy limps, and we are not folding. Okay, he's folding. Hello, ladies. We just have a rebang here with the queens. Don't think we need to go all in though. Not that I'm folding to anybody, but oh, he's won another one, has he? No, he hasn't. Oh, he cashed out. Wow, 8x fold. What are you doing? Again, this is how we could easily 3-bet against this guy, but we're just going to see flops against him. Flop a gut shot and an overcard. We're going to be calling his c-bet, especially when he bets that small. Turn a pair. He checks. Don't think we have the best hand, but this guy certainly isn't folding better, so no reason to bet. Do river a straight. It's not the nuts though. And with us being very obvious straight, don't think we can get much value here. And we're going to try, but don't think we can get much value. No, we didn't. This guy just 8x fold, didn't he? 8x fold with 20 antes behind. EP, because that's just what are you doing? That is just what are you doing, sir? You're not blue either, you're green, because your VPIP's not as high as it should be for the blue. Ace, Jack. This guy opens again. I mean, yeah, I think we just 3-bet here, and this guy should probably fold. This guy goes all in, then yeah, whatever, just call. This guy's not deep anymore, unfortunately. In rough shape here now, obviously with the Ace Jack, but we're getting a good price. Oh, we are in terribly rough shape. Cash out. Why? Oh, I've got a straight over. We're not cashing out. Pair and a flush draw up here. So did we chop that pot? Yeah, we chopped his money up. Right, this guy's now going with the overbet, and we're going to fold. Oh! Why? Don't click it, Reg. Don't fucking click it. Don't do that. Don't do that, Reg. Don't click the fucking rabbit. I mean, we were correct to fold, but don't kick the rabbit. Don't click it. Maybe we could just have bet the flop pair and a flush draw. These boys are all in. One's got a straight, one's got just a gut shot. Is that going to go to 100? Is it fuck? Is it fuck going to go to 100? Limp shoving here against our friend Wid. We're all in, Wid. What are you doing? Wid's folding. I'm going to take a small stab here, just try and fold out all his air. Get check raised. It's always good fun. 7-6 off is about as miserable as it gets. Doesn't get any better on the flop. Trip kings, that's a good hand. Boo. Ace 10 off. I'm going to muck it because this guy's just going to isolate too often. We are going to open the king jack here. Rare open. Jammed on. Fold. Flopping a good shot, and we have the strongest range of all three players. We're going to go with the bet. Called. Turning the absolute nuts. Go with an overbet here on the turn, I think. Sets 2 pairs and what have you just aren't going to fold. Or you would hope they wouldn't. Don't want to check. And he folds. Whatever. Pretty sure we are allowed to overbet in this game, like way more than you are in No Limit, etc. That was something I picked up from some of the studies over the weekend. I think overbetting we're allowed to do. Obviously, we don't not just with the nutted stuff, but like with really strong draws or like nutted but vulnerable hands, that type of thing. Bob the Beast. No one's allowed. It just must be from. No one's allowed red, so it must be from Russian Cash because no one gets the red tag in this game. Do we want to isolate here against the under the gun limp? Possibly. Folding if he shoves, of course. I think this guy has it in him. This guy should were never folding. Disappointing flop. Shouldn't be good for his range, but we know he plays too many hands, a lot of hands, so it could be. Absolutely not betting. Not remotely interested in betting. Do turn a gut shot. Checks again. Again, this guy's just never going to fold a better hand here, so we're not going to try and make him. And I mean, we don't beat anything here. King, Queen. That's about it. 8-7. Multi-way, we're just going to fold the top pair on this board that we'd hit every single turn, apart from a 10. An ace and a king. How nice. No folding. Will not be a thing. Although this guy limit shoving wouldn't be super nice. totally me. What is that, sir? I mean, I know I just said overbetting's allowed, but could you at least have pretended you had a decision before you did it? Pretty easy fold. Pretty easy fold. So I'll turn that fucking thing off. I had to put my phone on loudspeaker because I missed a call from my son last night. His car had broken down, which mirrors mine because mine broke down on Monday. And I didn't get his call, and the poor fucker was stranded. He did get help in the end and get back home with his car. But I messaged him just saying, ring me in the morning if you need a lift to work, etc. So I took my phone off silent. My phone's always on silent. And he did need a lift to work this morning. So I've been up since fucking silly o'clock. I woke up before 8 a.m., which for me is absolutely outrageous. It's a shame because we wanted to see a flop against Wid, but LL55 decided that's not on our agenda. Get him, Wid. Go lad, Wid. Now win. Oh, Wid. Oh, Wid. 7. Jack. Yeah! Party time. Is there any party time things here? No, I don't fucking. I haven't such a fucking fish in the Avatar game. Emoji game, sorry. Such a fucking fish. Stop clicking buttons, Reg. Stop clicking them. Ooh. Hello, Aces. So someone gets a bit fruity. With a big old ISO here, because we do not want multiple callers here. We want one caller. Oh, we want one sugar. We do not want make it like 9.4 or whatever, and it goes call, because that would stink. I'm going to go for a limp raise on Wid and hope he doesn't give us the 9-8 treatment that he gave LL55. We're still going to overlimp from this seat. Cut off. If I was in this place position, I would have ISO'd. But from this early position, I'm just going to overlimp. But what is that? That is just absolute bobbins flop. It's absolute bobbins of a flop. Oh, dear me. Yawny. What is that flop all about? Overlimp the Kings, looking to get Wid to put it all in pre with 9 high, as is his wont. Ripping a set that's absolutely fucking useless. If it checks through, maybe we win. No, of course we don't win. B-Mad is just totally incapable of value betting, it seems, without the nuts in that spot. Go with the raise and then just call if he shoves. He does not shove. By the way, if anyone knows how to import short deckhands into Hold'em Manager, please do let me know. I'd very much like to be able to do that. Don't think it's possible. I think you can import them into Hand to Note, but I don't really want to have to pay for something at the start of a short deck adventure that might be short-lived. Good luck, Wade. You're probably going to need it. Oh, you didn't even see a flop. Good fold, Wade. Good fold. Pair a good shot here. Hopefully he doesn't invite us to put more money in the pot. He doesn't. We'll take an 8 of clubs, please, dealer. Okay, give us 2 pairs that we don't really want. Can't fold here with the pair and a good shot. Can fold the river. Not remotely interested in my bottom 2 pair here on this board. I mean, maybe we win here. Maybe he just has like ace 10 or something. Jack 8. We do win. Oh, okay, we lose. How did we lose there? Did he have a straight and then just not fucking bet it? Is that what he had there? He did have a straight. Just did not bet it. Take a stab here with our open ender. Get called. Board puts trips on the turn. We are out of here. Over here we have a gut shot and he's got a slightly stronger range than us. These two don't. I'm going to just take a block sizing. Hope it works. If not, hope we get there. This guy just has something rather nutted. He has a set or a straight. We're going to fold. So here's ace 9. A9 suited in UTG 70 anti-rip range. Because that's not a thing either. I mean, he won because there's no fucking justice in poker sometimes, but it's not a thing. Probably check shoving our hand here and hoping he doesn't have a better one, because if he does, we're in rough shape. Oh dear, that's not a good start. That's not good either. Just sucks out twice. Well played, sir. Not good when you're getting walks in this fucking game. That's not the lot we wanted to see, is it? I have no idea what that is. Well, I have. It's a small bet, but absolutely no equity whatsoever. Do we ISO the 10s against Wid? I think we probably do. 6-7-7 shouldn't improve him really, but he might already have a better hand. He might have hit the 7, but against this guy, we just bet pretty big here and just don't fold. Going to be shoving here against BMAD. Wid comes along, adding some extra juice to the pot. Come on, BMAD, you're not folding. We all know it. Although you did ISO Ace Jack just a moment ago, so maybe you got some race folds, who knows? He just wants to run it the one time. No cashing out for us. Maybe we should have. Oh no, hang on. We got the nuts. Nope. Happy days. Read the board, Reg, you fucking idiot. Is Wid. Wid is not reloading, so therefore we will be leaving this table because nobody worth sitting with. And we've been going for an hour or so on the video. So we're going to wrap the video up. An hour's plenty enough. I'm going to sit out next hand. And yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed it. I think we probably had probably around a break-even session there. So, no, can't be too bad. Maybe we've won a tiny bit, who knows, but Doesn't feel like we won. Maybe we broke even. But either way, we are out of here. Hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe do another one tomorrow if I'm up early enough in the morning. But yeah, we'll leave it there. Whatever you do with your poker, enjoy it. Whatever you do with your life, enjoy it. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you again soon with another video. Bye bye for now.